All right, so today we're going to dive deep into the world of real estate. But not just any real estate. We're talking about the high rollers, the agents closing, like $40 million in sales every year.
Yeah, big numbers. It's almost unbelievable.
Right. So the question is, how do they do it? Like, what's their secret sauce? Luckily, we got a chance to hear from one of these top performers, and let me tell you, they did not hold back.
Yeah, this was like getting a backstage pass to the real estate game. No fluff, just straight up actionable advice.
Exactly. And you know me, I'm all about cutting to the chase. So first up, this agent wants you to ditch the lead buying addiction.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he was like, stop wasting your money on those so-called hot leads. In fact, he admitted to recently trying Facebook leads himself, just to see if it lived up to the hype.
Yep.
Total flop. He said it was like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You're basically paying for a list of random people, hoping that maybe, just maybe, one of them might be remotely interested in buying or selling a house.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, I've definitely been tempted by those guaranteed leads offers before, but it always felt a little, I don't know, spammy.
Totally. And that's exactly what this agent is saying. It's not about blasting out a generic message to a million people and hoping something sticks. It's about building genuine relationships with people who actually know, like, and trust you.
So instead of buying leads, what does he suggest?
Well, he told this really interesting story. It's not about real estate directly, but it perfectly illustrates his philosophy. So picture this. His friend is walking down the street, right? And a homeless man approaches him. But here's the thing. This man, instead of asking for money outright, he starts a conversation. Who asked my friend's friend where he's from, and they end up having this genuine exchange about their hometowns.
Wow.
And you know what happened the next day?
What?
The friend saw that same homeless man again and ended up giving him some money.
Really?
Yeah, but it wasn't out of obligation or guilt. It was because that brief connection, that genuine human interaction, it resonated with him.
Wow, that's powerful. So this agent is basically saying, be more like that homeless man, right?
Exactly. Be interested, be genuine, be human. People can spot a sales pitch a mile away, but when you approach them with genuine empathy and curiosity, it disarms them. It makes them feel seen and heard.
And that's how you build trust.
Exactly. And that's when those transactions, those closings, they happen naturally as a byproduct of that relationship. It's like he said, people always need homes, no matter what the market's doing.
Totally. And this next part is huge, especially for anyone listening who stresses about market swings. This agent, he actually thrived during the last crash.
Seriously.
Yeah, and he said closings never actually stopped. They just, like, shifted to a different kind of client.
Hold on. You're telling me even when the whole market's freaking out, people are still buying and selling?
Absolutely. It's just different markets attract different buyers and sellers, right? Like, a hot market, you get those eager buyers, maybe stretching their budget a bit, maybe a little FOMO going on. But when things cool down, you get a different crowd. More cautious, looking for a deal, waiting for the right time.
Makes sense. So instead of panicking when the market changes, this agent's saying you need to adapt, adjust your strategy.
Exactly. He's all about adaptability. Like, take pricing consultations, for example, especially in a shaky market. He's all about being upfront with sellers about what's realistic.
I bet that takes guts, especially if the seller's stuck on a price that's just not going to fly in this market.
Oh, absolutely. He doesn't shy away from those tough conversations. He actually shared a line he uses. He'll say, "Mr. Seller, I get that you want to list at this price, but look, your neighbor's house has been sitting at that price for like 200 days. You want to wait that long? Or do we get strategic, attract the right buyer now?"
Very to the point, no sugarcoating. I love it.
Right. And by being so direct, he's positioning himself as that trusted advisor, not just telling people what they want to hear, but actually guiding them to make the best decision.
Which brings us to his secret weapon, personal branding. This agent is a huge believer in this, and honestly, his success speaks for itself.
And what's interesting is how he built that brand. Started back in 2007 during the whole foreclosure crisis.
Okay, 2007, market's tanking, everyone's freaking out. What's he doing?
He starts sending out a weekly email. Not just any email, though. It was a curated list of foreclosure listings, which back then was like gold.
Makes sense. Everyone was looking for a deal.
Exactly. He was giving them valuable information consistently every single week.
And that email, it evolved over time, right?
Yeah, eventually it turned into this, like, comprehensive market report full of insights, analysis. But the key is he never stopped sending it. Every single Wednesday for over 17 years.
Wow, talk about commitment.
I know, right? And he really believes in that frequency. He actually said weekly is almost not enough these days. You got to stay top of mind constantly.
And it's not just email, right? It's everything, social media, videos, just like being present and connecting with people.
Exactly. It's all about building that know, like, and trust factor so that when someone is ready to buy or sell, you're the first person they think of.
Because they see you as that reliable source, always providing value. They feel like they already know you, even if they've never met you.
Exactly. And that is so valuable, especially in real estate where the stakes are so high.
It's honestly refreshing,
Mm,
you know, to hear from an agent who gets it. It's not about being pushy or hypey. It's about like genuinely connecting with people and letting your expertise speak for itself.
right. And what's so cool is that his success is built on something anyone can cultivate: authenticity. He's not trying to be someone he's not. And that comes through in everything he does.
Totally. People can spot a fake a mile away. But when you're truly passionate about what you do and you genuinely care about your clients, it shows.
It really does.
So it's like he's cracked the code, right?
Mm.
Be a good human, build real relationships, and the success, it just follows naturally. And you know what? That's not just a real estate thing, that's a life thing.
100%. This deep dive, it's been about so much more than just selling houses. It's about the power of connection, like how building genuine relationships can lead to success in any field, really.
For sure. So before we wrap up, let's recap those key takeaways. We learned about ditching that whole lead buying frenzy, focusing on building real, genuine connections, and consistently nurturing your personal brand. Those are the ingredients for long-term success no matter what you're doing.
Could agree more. And this agent story, it's inspiring for sure, but it also reveals a universal truth. Authenticity wins. Genuine connection wins, no matter what you're selling.
That's such a powerful takeaway.
Mhm.
And for me, the biggest thing is that building a successful business, whether you're in real estate or any other field, it starts with building genuine relationships with the people around you.
It really does. It's about being a problem solver, a trusted advisor, someone who genuinely cares about helping others reach their goals.
So as you go about your week, think about this. How can you apply these principles to your own life and work? How can you build deeper connections? How can you become that go-to expert in your field? How can you bring more authenticity to everything you do?
Those are the questions to be asking because ultimately, our success, it's not just about our talent or skills. It's about our ability to connect with others on a human level.
That's so true. And it's easy to forget that sometimes, you know? We get caught up in the hustle, the grind. But this agent, he reminds us that people do business with people they know, like, and trust.
Couldn't have said it better myself.